Many years ago, Ebuka lived in Benin City, Nigeria with his wife Chino. Ebuka sent his wife Chino packing. He sent her back to her mother's house just because in 7 years of marriage they had no child. She didn't even get pregnant and lost it. She never got pregnant. Ebuka abandoned his wife. This is exactly what happened. It's been 7 years since Ebuka married Chino. Ebuka is an only son and has 2 sisters who are also married with children. But Ebuka has no child. Chino hasn't yet conceived, has never been pregnant, and she was a well-brought-up girl, so it's not like she was sleeping around and committing abortion. No. Ebuka and Chino went to see a doctor. They examined her, but nothing was the matter. Everything was okay. But conception, getting pregnant, wasn't happening. Chino didn't even know what to do anymore. She was beginning to feel embarrassed about it all because people kept asking her, "So how many kids do you have?" Ebuka too was not happy because, according to him, my mate's children have even started going to school. One day, Ebuka traveled and brought back some concoction and wanted Chino to drink it. He poured it into a cup and gave her to drink. She smelt it and refused to drink it. Chino wanted to know the contents of the drink. Ebuka wouldn't say. He wouldn't explain. Instead, he shouted, "That's the problem with you. I have been making efforts for you to get pregnant and give us children, but you are always stubborn, always disobeying me. If I was a woman, even if you want 10 children, I would produce them with ease." Chino wept. The mockery has even come to her bedroom. From this point on, Ebuka started picking one quarrel after another with Chino. Nothing Chino did ever pleased Ebuka. He stopped going out with her, started barking instructions to her. In about 6 months, Chino said, "Honey, I want to go and see my mom. I have not seen her this year." Ebuka said, "Fine, you can go." And he left the house. When he came back, he asked, "So, are you still here? You haven't gone?" Chino said, "I would go tomorrow, Saturday, and come back by Tuesday. My boss gave me permission to travel and resume work on Thursday." Ebuka grunted, "Okay." Chino went home to see her mom, but the next day, Ebuka packed all Chino's stuff and brought to Chino's mother's house in the village. The woman came out and asked, "Nna, what is it?" Ebuka said, "Nothing. I just don't want to marry again." The poor mom was pained. Chino had just gone to see her auntie and wasn't there when Ebuka came. Chino's mom pleaded, "Ebuka Mwam, if there's a quarrel, it can be settled. This is not how things are done." Ebuka said, "Mama, I have nothing to say, but Chino has become too stubborn. Me and her cannot be husband and wife again. My people will come to collect back the bride price we paid. Bye-bye." Ebuka drove off. Chino lost her marriage because of childlessness. Ebuka sent her packing. The story just started. Ebuka's 2 sisters advised him against this his wicked move, but he refused to heed their warning. The elder sister, who is a nurse, said, "Ebuka, you are not God. Chino hasn't done anything wrong to you. Pregnancy is not something we have complete control over. God is involved. Even Satan is also involved in a way. That's why patience is necessary. A woman's pregnancy or otherwise isn't her fault, except she did something terrible with her life and her womb earlier. But there are people who are completely innocent, who are not getting pregnant. Chino is one of those. Ebuka went ahead and sent Chino's stuff back to her mother's house. Chino came home and saw her stuff in her mom's sitting room. She burst into tears. Mama held her to comfort her. She needed to put herself together and get back to the city to work. She has a friend, Ify, who works in the same establishment. Ify lives alone, and so she moved in with her to at least continue working. Ebuka had a girl who said she was pregnant for him, so he wanted to get rid of Chino by all means. The concussion was given to him by a herbalist. Anyway, the girl said she is pregnant for Ebuka, and it's 2 babies, 2 boys, and Ebuka believed. That's why he wanted to get rid of Chino and come out clean to formally marry this girl. Anyway, he has sent Chino home, and the coast seems very clear now. He already instructed his people to go and get back the bride price he paid on Chino's head. Going to marry this new girl, Nkasi, is not Momoy. And she is a very smart girl. Her people demand all manner of things for marrying a wife there, as if marrying a wife from there is punishment. Look at the list. Ladies' motorcycle for the mother, 100 tubers of yams, 50 pieces of wrappers for women, a carton of tobacco for men, 50 crates of beer for men, 20 crates of malt, 25 bags of salt, 30 walking sticks, men's motorcycle for father, a travel box of wrappers for mother, a travel box of traditional wares for father, 2 bags of rice, 2 cartons of tinned tomatoes, 2 baskets of fresh tomatoes, 1 bag of fresh pepper, then finally 50,000 naira cash. So Ebuka went to see her people, and they gladly welcomed him. They entertained him and told him to come in 2 weeks for the list of things he would bring for the traditional wedding. He was happy. He encouraged Nkasi to move in with him. She did immediately. Every morning she would go to the bathroom and come out looking very sick. Loving Ebuka would say, "Enke babe, what is it?" She would say, "I just threw up." Ebuka would say, "Enke, don't worry, our boys would soon be born and we would all be happy. What do I buy for you on my way back from work?" Nkasi would say, "Cake, crackers, and chocolate." "Thank you, babe." He would give her a peck and leave. Nkasi doesn't have a job, and Ebuka loves it so. In 2 weeks, Ebuka went with one of his friends and collected the list. He got home and presented it to Nkasi, and he complained, "Babe, how do they expect me to meet up with all this? My salary is only 250,000 naira monthly. Where would I get money to buy all these things? Wait, Enke, the 2 motorcycles, are they going to be Tokumbo or brand new?" Nkasi answered him, "It's like my dad likes you a lot. He asked you to buy just 2. My in-law that married my eldest sister was told to buy 3. 1 for my father, 1 for my mom, and the 3rd one for my first brother." Ebuka said, "So since they have those, why are they looking for more?" Nkasi said, "Babe, it's our tradition. And I haven't told them I have 2 twin boys in my womb for you. If I do, they would demand a lot more. That's why I decided never to mention it to them. We need to eat after the traditional wedding, I beg." Ebuka said, "But babe, my account balance cannot carry this thing. I don't know what to do." Nkasi said, "I think we can wait until I have given birth to the twin boys. By then we would have saved enough money, because 1.5 million naira in your account cannot pull this through. Let's wait till after. Enke, my babe, that's why I talk about you. That's just the best. The next morning, Ebuka was about to leave for work when Nkasi said, Hey, babe, I spoke with my elder brother yesterday. I didn't want him to know I was pregnant. So I said, brother, my friend Chidi is about to marry. But she's pregnant already and her fiancé doesn't have plenty of money. He's a small-scale trader in the market. So are they going to wait till she has the baby in order to save money enough to do the traditional wedding the Mba Asato way? Babe, he said yes, they can wait. Just that the child would never bear the name of the man. The child or children she bears before her man fulfills all the Mba Asato marriage rights would bear the name of Chidi's father. Ebuka shouted, What? What kind of a thing is this? Why? What's all this? Anyway, I'm almost late to work. We shall talk when I come back. Now, wow! He decided to talk to an older friend of his in the office. The man said, Ebuka, why did you choose to go to that village of all places? And what about your original wife? Ebuka lied. My former wife, she became a subordinate since the last promotion she had that almost doubled her salary. She wouldn't obey me, and so I decided that we should just part ways. The man said, Anyway, why not find another girl? Ebuka said, Sir, I love this one, and she's pregnant for me already. We are expecting 2 boys. The man said, Okay, you're an intelligent young man. You will know what to do to sort it all out. Ebuka came home and talks with Nkasi. Babe, I am thinking I could take a loan. The bank where my salary goes monthly can give me a loan, actually a kind of overdraft, to execute this traditional wedding. I have looked at the list and it will cost me roughly 6 million naira. I will ask for 7 million. I hope they agree because the next option is to sell one of the 2 lands my dad left for me in Owerri. Ebuka approached the bank and they bounced him and refused to give him the overdraft. So in a week, he sold that property for 10 million naira. He was ready for the traditional wedding. He bought everything on the list and they did an elaborate wedding with the whole village in attendance. By the time they came back to Benin, the balance on his account was 500,000 naira. It was on the day of the traditional wedding that the oldest man in the village spoke up. Among many things, while wishing the young couple well, he said, Mba Asato marriages last very long. Our women make very good wives. Hardly do you hear of any of our women being backloaded home. One, because they are good, and also a husband understands that if anything happens between a married couple, it's only the cash that will return to him. Ebuka's tummy churned. By the time they came back to Benin, he had running stomach, which lasted 5 whole days. No drug could stop it. He was mentally and emotionally harassed. He became fine and life went on. This should be Nkasi's 5th month in her pregnancy journey. The tummy didn't seem to be getting bigger. She asked Ebuka for money to go buy baby things. Ebuka produced 200,000 naira. She went on a buying spree and bought some clothes for herself too. But they were not maternity wears. When asked, she told Ebuka that they are her postnatal clothes. Some would be for Thanksgiving service. By the 7th month, the tummy wasn't protruding that much. She eats quite some and drinks a lot of water to make her tummy as big as possible, including pushing out the tummy. She kept acting pregnant and goes for antenatal at a private hospital in Benin. The doctor knows the game. He has played it once and again, so he knows what to do and say per time. Ebuka sometimes schedules that they see the doctor together to hear the discussion on his two boys. Ebuka doesn't take his wife Nkasi to see her sister that is a nurse, since she didn't support his kicking out his original wife Chino. He wanted to surprise them when his twin baby boys are born. 3 weeks to delivery date, Nkasi said she was having palpitations. Ebuka rushed back from work and took her to the clinic. The doctor said that she would be on admission till she puts to bed. Nkasi is the doctor's part-time side chick. He charged Ebuka for the admission and insisted he paid 2.5 million naira in advance. He had to take overdraft this time. The bank gave him. Ebuka visits the hospital every day and stays with the wife as long as possible. By the 5th day, the doctor called Ebuka to his office and said, "Sorry, Mr. Ebuka, we lost the 2 babies. We fought for your wife's life. She's still alive, but we lost the babies. She miscarried. It is very dangerous to lose a baby at 8 months. Some mothers lose their lives if the pregnancy is threatened at 8 months." Ebuka's head was swooning. He got to Nkasi's bedside and she buried her head in a wet pillow, crying. They came home. Ebuka went to work the next day, and by the time he came home, his door was closed, but not locked. Nkasi was nowhere to be found, and she carried as many properties as she could carry and disappeared. Ebuka was devastated. Now he remembers the Mbasato village would only return 50,000 naira to him if he goes back to them to ask for the bride price he paid on Nkasi's head. And he lost Chino. He started talking to himself. Okay, my troubles are more than I can bear now. The herbalist gave me poisoned drink to give Chino, and it would have killed her gradually within 2 weeks. I couldn't kill her. I sent her packing. Now this devilish satanic Nkasi and all my stuff she carried away, plus my land that I sold. Who will talk to Chino for me now? As he was talking to himself, his phone rang. An old classmate called to congratulate him and said, "Ha! Ebuz, Ebuka, congratulations! You didn't tell us. I just saw it on Chino's page now that she has triplets, 2 boys and a girl. Wow! Now, wow! Huge congratulations!" Ebuka got the call. Chino remarried and got pregnant immediately. Wow! Who will talk to Chino that he almost killed? If you were Chino, if yet not remarried, would you come back to Ebuka? What do you really think of all this? Why would a husband threaten his wife or even send her packing because she hasn't yet conceived a baby? Are there no options like adoption or IVF? And by the way, what is all the stress for? Someone that would bear your name when you pass on, right? Do you think you would know if you have 20 children or none at all after you are gone? And finally, why didn't the doctor check Ebuka? Why was he not subjected to tests? Whether he has low sperm count or whatever, whether he had any diseases at all, okay, that could prevent pregnancy or his ability to impregnate a woman. Why didn't they check him? Please share your thoughts with us in the comment section below. Also, please encourage us to roll out more African folk tales, more African real life stories by giving this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. Yes, please remember to click the bell icon so you would be among the first to know when we upload another very interesting story video. And please share our stories with your friends and family. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being there for us. This is African Folktales ChinChin. Till our next video, remain truly amazing. Goodbye.